All right, let's check in with South Park. How did it go yesterday? Because as you know, yesterday was the 1 hour special that a lot of people were looking forward to. I thought it was going to be funny, and it didn't disappoint. I thought it was pretty funny. And it was nice to have some new entertainment to watch because, well, I mean, there hasn't really been that much this year. Everything shut down. So, I mean, we're looking at like a year without new content regardless because everything got shut down. They've been releasing what they have. Some movies have been shelved, but for the most part, like we're looking at a long time with no entertainment. Other than sports, which nobody wants to watch because the sports get super political. And South Park gets political as well, but it usually is pretty middle ground. And I would say this was as well, though it seems to be getting a pass from a lot of people. So the massive amounts of butthurt that we thought we were going to get didn't really happen that much. There's a couple hot takes. I'm going to go over them. And surprisingly, well, actually, I guess not surprisingly, both sides got a little upset. Some people on the left and some people on the right were a little upset. I'm going to go over both because I think both are stupid. This show shouldn't be anything to get upset about, but people are upset about it. So we'll go over it a little bit. Now, the mainstream media is giving it a little bit of a pass because they did a pretty, they're pretty hard on the Orange Man. And that gives them a little bit of a pass. So now, you know, it doesn't matter because there's some stuff in this and I don't even know if I can talk about it because of TOS, but there's some stuff in this show that happens that's pretty brutal. And I wonder if you were to take out the Mr. Garrison stuff, if this show would have been destroyed, if they would have came after it. I think that's a real question. If you had taken that out, how would these headlines be reading? But it seems like, well, they mock Trump, so we'll give them a pass. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. But it might just be me. I mean, they live for it. They get a lot of clicks off of that. So maybe that's why they're letting a lot of that go. Like the stuff, I'll give you an example of like some of the stuff that happens with Token. Like there's some people that were legitimately upset about that. And I'm going to show you some stuff. So anyway, let's go through some of the headlines and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. You see the first one, South Park Pandemic Special goes ham on 2020, mocking Trump, Disney, and cops. Or the next one, South Park returns with a pandemic special that savages Trump. And that honestly seems to be the headline on just about every mainstream site that I've seen so far. This is why they kind of are okay with it, and I think that's why you're not going to see a big backlash. They like how they did the Garrison stuff. So that seems to have kept them happy, though I'm sure they'll do something this season. I don't know how long the season's going to be, but I'm sure something will happen that'll have them all pissed off. So this has kind of been the norm. Then you have reviews like this, where they gave it a bad review. This website gave it a review of 2.5 out of 5, but not for anything that happened in it, mostly because it didn't really hit with the review or you didn't find it funny. Because let's face it, 2020 has been kind of nasty. So some people just aren't going to find the humor in it. And that's the thing with comedy. Comedy is hit or miss and it's subjective, right? Not everybody found the episode funny. He didn't really complain about it. He just kind of was depressed about the year. So I'm not going to knock him for that. I think that that's a pretty okay reaction to have, to be honest. For real. 2020 has been pretty terrible. So, yeah, if you didn't find the subject matter funny in it, I don't think that that's that big of a deal. But some people did rise above to get offended, and we can go through some of those hot takes right now. And this is pretty standard. And it's going to be from both sides. So here's a hot take. So at South Park just had that racist scene and nobody's going to say anything. Probably talking about the stuff with Token. And somebody asked him, have you ever watched the show before? And he says he has. For some reason, I highly doubt it. Was probably just watching it because of the fact that it was trending. Then we have another one. Somebody alerts, South Park Pandemic Special. Let's go. Someone asks, why are you supporting that show? And then we have another one. Stopped watching when you kept punching down on certain groups of people. Trump and Rowling are bad enough. And then there was this one. I'm assuming this one is from somebody on the right. and says, so the South Park guys didn't skewer the left for supporting certain groups that do certain actions, and for cancel culture, they've lost their edge, and says TDS. But then somebody comes in with the name Fake News Jesus. The brilliance, name's kind of funny. The brilliance of South Park is that people pretty much always take away from it whatever they want regarding reading someone else's take on South Park in particular. Some triggered idiot like Drudge linking to a left-wing site like you. I'd suggest watching it for yourself. And I think that that's a fair take, actually, to be honest. So we can go to the next one. And Drudge has kind of lost his edge, too. I don't know what's going on with that guy lately. Then we got another one here. South Park special was horrible. Can't believe how god-awfully unfunny it was. South Park is corrupted by Comedy Central and the media. They joke that Trump is intentionally spreading things. Insane. Not funny at all. Also bashed police and supported riots. Sad I laughed one time. That's not really what happened in it. And I agree with the other guy. You can kind of take what you want from it. That's why the show has lasted as long as it was. And then there's a person here that got mad because they told people to vote, which I don't really think is that bad of a message, telling people to vote. How does that make them go downhill? That one kind of stuns me a little bit. I mean, yeah, people should vote. It's an election. I don't disagree with telling people to vote because a lot of people don't. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Both sides mad. Not really a lot of outrage. But I can promise you this. If they hadn't have put in the Garrison stuff, they would have ripped this show to pieces. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm only speculating. But the Garrison stuff that was in here, I think, is what kept a lot of these sites off their back. So we'll see what happens. It's still early. And I don't know how many episodes they're doing this season. I'm not sure. But rest assured, something will get people upset. Maybe it won't. Who knows? I'm really shocked. I got to tell you that there wasn't a lot of butthurt. The token stuff, I think for sure would have had people going. But I mean, it's nice to see that at least finally some people can take a joke somewhere. Anyway, that's pretty much it. There wasn't a lot. I went over the most stuff that I've seen. There weren't that many hot takes. So I guess that's honestly a good thing. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Agree, disagree. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Also, if you would, hit the notification bell, share the video, make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new, throw a like up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.